A whole lot of idle people right now. Also haulers. No inventory. Flamingo statues, just scrap them. Get them out of there. My iron storage got a room penalty. Does storage matter though? I guess it maybe affect workers and stuff as they go in there. Let's get rid of that plant. Yeah, I'll put like a lounge table in there. With an arcade machine. Same down here. Because that might be affecting the haulers and everything. Like, they haul stuff and then just immediately get pooped out and tuckered out and all that because they set foot in a room that's kind of ugh. And you also need a bit of work. You, I don't think, have any launch tables yet. So I have a launch table right next to the plants. And then up here, you got pinball or arcade machines, no candy dispenser, so have one of those. And also a launch table. Look at that. Read the paper, you're hungry, grab a bit of candy. Nice. So that's that. Those can be delivered and unlock that guy. Sounds like they could have some pretty cool things down the road. Level up. Product examples, vehicles, speed, and premium. Okay. Got anything for me right now? No, not yet. Alright, let's also, I guess, go for that standard bicycle and get that finished up. Man, this looks wild. Can we just do a grand reset with anything here? Because maybe, like, back in the day I didn't have anything cool, but nowadays I do. So I can simplify it a lot. Part plastic for the chain assembly. Ooh, fancy cogs. Some plastic going. Keep the metals basic if I can. So we get 2 plastics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mold. A load of assembling, more plastic going on here. Yo, bicycles are really involved. There's that though. Maybe you can be a fancier thing? So you can share the load, and then we've just got 1 mold per machine this way. And you're just a basic metal, that's fine. Basic. Okay. You are a mix of plastic and also metal, so you'll be done, I guess, just up there. I'm not sure. Sewing. Easy. This is also a bit of metal and plastic assembling, so that has to go up here. So I don't have a really cool spot for that. This assembly we can do down here, though. That's also a mix of plastic and metal, so that'll also be done up here. Ugh. You are... I'm not really following how that's assembly, but it's a metal-only assembly, so that can also be done down here. And then the final assembly. Also, up here. Seems like a lot for up there. We'll see. The thing to overclock the entire factory would be a nice cool thing to have also. I think that was another talent that I could pick up. Or just with the click of a button, I overclock everything that I've got. Oops. Large shelf. Bang. And 2 assembly stations. Well, look at that. That's convenient. Let's disassemble those and move the lounge thing just there, which is still in the way, but less in the way. One station here. This lathe can be moved. Throw it over there for now. This assembly station could be put there. The flower box back up. Sure. And I guess also give those a bulletin board. And then if I've got anything that revolves around just plastic and wood that needs to be assembled and slapped together, then I've got a cool table for that. Switch the position of the provisional storage that's separate from the main building, and the main assembly line would be good, a bit more centralized. Yeah, I mean, generally my storage situation is not really that great right now. It's not that great. It could all sort of do with an overhaul. You're also linked to these guys, which still don't have a board, by the way. Let's get a board for them as well, while it's on my mind. And that storage we don't need, because it's actually just this storage, this whole thing. Oops. There. So everything in this room is linked. The stuff up there is linked, and then a bit of general spillover storage. It's more thinking of moving that final assembly room to be more centralized. I think that also work, yeah. Like the break room could be just here, and then the current break room could be the final assembly. That'd probably do just fine. Barbells. There's the really cool dude with like the cars and shit. I mean, these are mini cars. I'm assuming that's what he's having me make eventually, is mini cars. 2,290 per. Glorified go-kart for motorsport enthusiasts. Right. Okay. Whoa. F1 chassis, that one. That one looks great. We could also go for a plastic seat. Ugh. That sounds terrible. Extrusion for the exhaust. We can extrude some rods. That one will just mold. Go for a fancy mold on that. You're already a fancy mold. Okay, well there's 2 fancy molds going on. Ideally we don't do any more of those. Yikes. That's a lot of things. Can we do basic metal for the whole thing? Almost. Ooh. Well, we can try it. So all of the mold operations. And there's a bunch of them. There you go. The fancy mold. Obviously. The extruding that we're doing. We just have the one machine for it. But typically you don't do a whole lot on that, so that might be alright. A bit of plastic. Easy. This business. We got 2 machines for that. This is a... both of these are a metal and whatever that is assembly, so that can be done down here. To keep it local. Sewing. Another metal assembly. Another metal assembly. This is a mix of metal and also plastic. So that one will shimmy over here. And this is a little more like what I was expecting originally with these advanced things. Like the ones that you really got to zoom out and break out and see what the hell's happening with them all. And you were... yeah, a bit of fabric with all the metal stuff. So you can be done up here as well. Along with the final assembly. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. It is thinking 11 hours of operation time, 3 days of working time. The longest things that we're doing here. It starts with the fancy molding. And that's it. Just the fancy molding, and it's just a lot of other stuff. We'll go for 2. We'll see how that goes. As a trial. Six idle workstations. No idle workers right now, though. Pick up 4 more workers. That's a bunch of workers. Wait, can you be met? Wait. I changed your role. Okay. Because typically that's not even down there. I guess at 3 stars you can switch into something else. Okay. Well, now we got some idle operators. I guess the hauling's finished up. Oh, you want those flamingos again? Okay. Let's do it. This is priority. Let's go, 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 go. 12 o'clock, all the things. Make sure these are actually distributing. They're totally not. Looking better so far. These guys have a lot easier access to get into the storage room. I'm not sure if that's making a huge difference or not. It's still a bit of a run for the guys doing the painting, though. Cars are good to go. Price is only going up. I'll probably make some more of those, because why not? I guess these assembly stations could also be thinking ahead a little bit, like, even if I had one flamingo queued up at each for 5 at the same time, I wouldn't even have the raw materials for 5 at the same time, so there's no real point in doing that. I will plan 4 this time, because that seemed to happen pretty quickly. We'll get a wood specialist back. Another couple metal specialists, and ClosetYeti can be an assembly specialist. So we got 5 assembly specialists, 2 wood. Got 6 metal, 2 super haulers, and then Pinter as a technician still. Man, I couldn't imagine having 100 workers all at the same time. That just sounds ridiculous. That'd be a very, 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 very busy factory. What are we waiting on? Some assembling. A lot of assembling. Yeah, more barbecue stuff. The King barbecue, I think I looked at it one time, and I was just lacking some of the things for it. Like we could get a metal cup holder type thing. The press I don't think I had before. I wasn't able to stamp metal, but now I totally can. Do some plastics maybe. Plastic and fancy forging. Plastic handles. We can do plastic handles. That's fine. Basic molding. Basic molding. Lathe. Yeah, fine. Blue. Yeah, why not? We're lacking currently a bit of style, which I can fix with that, I think. Nope. Not at all. Okay, so maybe not plastic. All wood handles all around. That saved me a bit. Expensive materials wise, I don't think this is worth it, like, at all. Although that payment, there's still 16,000 profit for doing it. But it also says 4 days of operation time. Gross. I'll queue stuff up, and we'll see if the operation time changes a little bit. I don't think it will. I'm generally just lacking the amount of machines to make all this work, though. It's not really changing, it's still saying 4 days. Because it used to seem a little bit like it would assume that you had 100% machine for it, but it wouldn't really take into account that you have multiple of them. But it seems like it doesn't care right now. Ah. You're not assigned to... No, you are. I just can't see the arrow for it. Okay. Straight cut. City glue. Haven't done gluing stuff in a while. This would be an assembly down here. And then that gets mixed up with some stuff that also requires gluing and all that. So maybe we'll go with maybe that table. You're just a general assembly thing. And then the final assembly, yeah, it's still saying 4 days, 16 hours. Don't think that's feasible for me. Don't think so. I don't think so. I think I'll pass. Where's the other dude with his cars? So we can do cars. What are we waiting on? Just like one dude doing the assembly. No. Alright, well there's 6 of them. I'll go ahead and deliver them now, why not? Let's try some more of those robots, maybe? 3 points to spend. Let's see. Increase the amount of deliverables, right? And reduce the comfort penalty on workstations. That'd actually make a pretty big impact for me. That's the one. Engage overdrive on all workstations for 12 hours and they don't do wear and tear during that. So you can set it and forget it. And then the Uber workstations. Really fancy things like an advanced assembler and particle manipulator. We'll take a look at that. I'm curious what that's like. And then we got the premium materials. So now I can do things like this crazy shit like aluminum and mahogany wood. Which would then mean that I don't have to use the fancy stuff elsewhere, which means that I have more freedom to maybe do a specific line of stuff that I can do easily without having to worry about forcing myself to do like lathing or so because I need style, because I won't need the style because I'll have like a really fancy metal instead, etc, etc. But I was curious about these drones, wasn't it? Cat mechs we had figured out pretty well. Those weren't too bad to do, if I remember rightly. They were pretty easy. How many do they want? Upwards of 20? Can we do 20? Why not, right? 20 of them. All the cat mechs. Get rid of those. I don't want those. Rent 2,000. Another 2,000 from workers. Okay. And we have a lot of operator idle time nowadays, it turns out. So maybe some of these dudes, we boot them in the ass. To reduce some of that worker downtime that we've got. And also save a bit of money. Densai, hello, welcome. Am I up for something cool the weekend? I'm not sure if there are many weekend plans. I don't think so. Mostly just hanging out and relaxing. Can't really ask for a much better weekend than that, though, to be fair. What about you? How you doing? Oh, you know, my highlight is working. It just seems like it doesn't because Pinter's running around just repairing everything. I don't even notice. What is that? What are we storing everywhere? Oh, cat sand for the cat mech. Okay. Oh my god, rats. 24 of them? Ugh. Hold on, options. Gameplay? Disable all random events like mold infection and rat invasion. But it doesn't remove previously started ones. Right. Serious business mode. Really serious business. Because I don't really need these events anymore. And they're starting to scale up to the point where they're just annoying. Get him, get him, get him! Next. It's such a weird little mini game. Oh, these double kills. Some nice rat killing music, I suppose. Come here. It's oddly hard to aim with this thing. I can't really describe how weird it is. Especially since it sometimes does that. That's still an issue. Where if you turn in such a way, it reduces your max range suddenly. I can... like, I'll go to aim, and it'll just be like, nope, it's out of range now. So I have to spin it a lot. And then we're back at max range. It's weird. And then the last two somewhere over here, I assume. Kind of. I didn't get him. What?
Already? Stay awesome.
Already? El Mame Q, thank you very much. 5 months. 1 more month and you get a promotion. It's weird. It's hard to believe I've already been, like, streaming for almost a year now. Almost. It's weird. It's been a very fast year. Looking back at doing, like, the Terror from the Deep streams that I was doing at, like, 360 resolution, 15 frames per second. Ugh. Ugh. Feels like ages ago. I feel like the rats are multiplying. On. Yes, finally. Fucking hell, $8,000. And that's the last one we have to do, because now it's disabled. Mad Dad, you're at 8, you think? Yep. 8 months. 1 more month and you get the 9-month badge. Not many people with the 9-month badge. A lot of people who have a 9-month badge, or would be eligible for it, are also the founder. So they have that instead of the XCOM badge. It feels like yesterday. What, those XCOM streams? Feels like ages ago for me. Like, really seriously long ago. We got 13 hours going on with this thing, with the welding. Get another welding station, why not? I don't care. Wait, welding station? Metalworking station. Wait, what are we doing at the metalworking station? What job operation is this? Aha. I don't have a way to bend metal. Well, I can sort that. With a metal bender. And, while it's on my mind, an advanced abrasive saw. Oh, that's small. That's way smaller than I thought it would be. Oh, jeez. Pick up a couple of those. So, like, as far as straight metal cuts go, we got that big time. And I think... What was the machine that did that before? But just, like, at 100% speed? The abrasive saw, which I never had. Okay, then. Apparently, I don't do many metal straight cuts. We should probably see about changing that. Mad Dad, were you not one of the first 10? I suppose not. There is a Twitch option that you could take a look at, seeing if that's even enabled. But the first 10, they all happen pretty quickly. I think actually if you're on desktop below, I've got the... I think I've got a leaderboard thing down there. There's a subscription thing down there as well. You should be able to see who's been with me the longest and see it then. You're probably like the 12th or 13th though, like you probably just missed it. Just by a hair. And all that we can move over. Much nicer. Only 1 hour 38 now. You're saying 24-hour 41 across 2 stations. What operation is that? Sturdy cockpit chassis. Okay. That's some pretty wild welding. 15-ish days till 9 months. Or 8 months, can't view on mobile. Solus, you were at 8 months right now. So 15-ish days for 9 months. A new summer product, but he needs help with the prototype. Oh, what is it? What do you got? A parasol grill. A parasol grill. Okay, sure. Why not? So, the umbrella. A wood straight cut into a lathe, and then you assemble that with some bits and bobs and the umbrella top that we sew. Sure. And then the handle can be, I don't know, simple detailed wood. Metal. Go with, I don't know, stamp maybe? Maybe some rods. Did you have a rod operation by chance? Probably not. Or standard melt? Mold, whatever? No. Okay, so you just stay as that. Okay. Straight cut into lathe. 2 of each. Assembly can happen locally. Sewing, we got that. Some more straight cuts. The metal sheet rolling. The stamp press. Some plastic business, why not? This can all be assigned. I guess down there, and then the main assembly can happen up here. The wood detailing, we got the machine for that. You didn't assign, and okay. It's all not too terrible. We just have to remember to put that priority. And just fucking like everything up here overclock. All of it. Because we got a tight deadline for this. Really tight deadline. All the garbage going on in here. What is all this? Those don't fit on those shelves. Ugh. Come on, parasol grill. Umbrella's in the middle of the grill. That should work great. Yeah, the whole thing seems stupid. It's also plastic legs. I don't know. The Crazy Steve is so crazy. Souls is a founder with 2 days faster sub than you. Yeah, and like an hour faster than Jason, I think. It's pretty close between the two of them. The metal cut billboard is not connected to storage. Oh shit, which billboard was that? Ah, this guy. Thank you. That all seems good now. I really like that it highlights stuff that doesn't currently have. Oh, hey. I like that it highlights stuff that doesn't yet have a assignment. Or at least stuff that could be assigned to that billboard. Really nice. Didn't know founders were a thing. It's a new thing that they brought in just like a month ago, maybe? You remember the first couple streams you stayed up till 3 AM watching them because of the schedule? Good times. XCOM with the horrible resolution was fun. Couldn't see what was happening. A lot of death. A whole lot of death. Just listen to the screams. The screams will gently ease you into bed or something, I don't know. Bang, done. Parasol grill, easy peasy. Fitting their net worth is going to be pretty difficult. Just a huge matter of time. I don't think we'll be doing that though. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this milestone, I can't imagine what it unlocks, unless there's like another secret hidden tab or something like that. I assume it just gives you a bunch of research and development points. Like 20 or something, I don't know. But I don't think that's happening. Probably won't get a chance to do that. Catmex, how we doing? Just finishing up some last minute stuff down here. Okay. A lot of welding involved in them. More skis. Oh, the hoverboard. I'll take a look at the hoverboard. Alright, so far so good. Basic mold and... Okay, so we can either do a standard mold and we get 1 per, or we do the fancy mold and get 4 per, so it's less operations. 8 hours versus 17 hours. Nice. Are you the same case? Yeah, you are. Alright. Fine, fine. And if I go with the fancy material, it's not like the payment goes up any. Nah. Wow, hoverboards are oddly easy. Why don't we have these IRL? Jeez. Who knew, huh? Just cut some wood, bend it, and then just do some things with metal. Done. Super easy. You can be linked to this one, and you can be linked to that one. There. The billboard doesn't have to worry about it. The welding is going to be a bit of a trick. That's going to take a while. 19 hours.
Founder badge.
RIP on that founder badge. RIP founder badge. Mad Dad, thank you very much. 200 bits. Greatly appreciated as always. That's alright though. I kind of don't like the founder badge thing. Like, I like that I can do custom badges for people. I like them being able to use the custom badges. To have the founder's badge is kind of like, yeah, I see that you've got these cool custom emotes, but fuck them. I thought they were neat. You know? Just kind of how I feel with it. Do we have a really cool welding machine thing? Nah. That's probably what the one of those Uber machines is all about. What the fuck? Sabotage? Who blew up my bending machine? Jeez, come on, we're bending the boards with those. Oh, Nemesis Inc. Thankfully, it was like the most basic thing that they blew up, though. Not that bad. Keeping up with the welding? Looking like it. All these cat mech things. Fuck. How's the price on those doing? Yeah, it's still just going up. Way up. Also demand way up. No problem. And there's a new thing for drones. Ooh, drones. It was drones that I was doing before that were like really easy, right? It's making me do a new one, which scares me a little bit. So we'll take a look at that later on. We'll be ending the stream here pretty soon though also. Custom founders badges would be neat. I feel like just the founder thing, just make it another badge that people can have. There'd only be 10 to 20 depending, like, because I think partner channels get 20 founders. Or something like that. Like, just another badge and just, there you go. It's just another piece of flair for your name. Done. Just alongside. Because I don't mind if there's somebody like walking around in chat that's got like 8 or 7 pieces of flair with them because they're at like TwitchCon and the Overwatch League and they're a Frankified Zed supporter and they're founders for my channel and they've also been with me for 73.5 months and just, yeah, lay it on. I don't mind. The entire first line of chat just being their name and all their badges. It'd be like those military suits though, where they've just got all these little things because they were involved in this operation. So there you go, there's a badge and all that. Oh, there you go. Get partnered and it'll be good. Yeah, then you'll be a founder, Mad Dad. I applied for partnership a while ago. They didn't take it. They didn't accept it. I didn't think they would though, but it was worth a shot. Because typically you need 75 average viewers across the past month or something like that. But I was able to tell them my YouTube channel, I'd link that, and they were like, oh, well in that case, if you've got a YouTube channel of a decent size, then you can go ahead and apply anyway and we'll see what happens. So I did, and they still said no. So, but that's alright. I was also streaming Path of Exile all the time, which had like an average viewership of 12, which is actually the worst I've ever had. So, it could be that if we get Path of Exile into the previous month, we might be alright then, perhaps. We'll see. It'd also be nice if my YouTube channel continues being a bit on the uptrend. Because I think at the time my YouTube channel was also sort of in the shitter. A little overall 31,000 bucks. Keeping us afloat. And there's a thing for drones for him too that I could do, and also work on the market for even more drones and just pound them out hardcore. Good stuff. I like this game. I like this game a lot. Games like this are great. I want to find more games like this. A Factory Town, I'd like to take another look at some point. Gunsmith will be the next one that I take a look at because of the quick look wasn't really involved at all. Like, not as involved as I'd like it to have been, but with that type of game, you can only show off so much, and it's just like, yeah, this is the game, basically. So anything more than that wouldn't have really done anything too fancy. But I'd like to play that, take a look at it, so we'll probably do that Sunday, Gunsmith. At some point, I'd like to take a look at Factory Town. Factorio, I might do like an edited series, but we could perhaps stream some of the modded Factorio, perhaps. I'm not sure. Path of Exile was a parasitic mycelium spreading across my channel and draining engagement. Oh, jeez. Factory Town was really good. I'm really curious to see what he's done with the new currency system and all that, to see how that's changed, because the beginning of the game was a bit of a slog because of all that. Wasn't the best. But if that's been overhauled, then, well, why not? As far as this goes, it's like 20 bucks on Steam. I'd say it's worth it. Fuck, I got my money's worth out of it. Do I have overlay? I do. I have 14 hours total, 12 of them in the past 2 weeks. I like it. It's really good, and there's still a bit more, like if I want to do more of the contracts for people and everything, the client relations, and get them up there. It seems like they get pretty involved when they get up to max level and all that. Just to kind of spam their challenges for a lot of bonuses and all that stuff. And being able to have upwards of 100 workers is ridiculous to me, but I suppose that's a thing. I was gonna take a look at the Uber workstations, but it's just taking too long to get there. But I'm assuming that's going to be the type of thing where it is advanced assembler just being a 200% assembly table, and the particle manipulator I'm thinking being just, I don't know, a general just do everything with any material, like 100% or 75% or something like that, maybe. I don't know. All the big streamers are playing this new game called Fortnite. Yeah, I saw it's a new, it's on the Switch. Fortnite, yeah. I saw something about that. It looks kind of cartoonish, I don't know. It looks a bit lame. I'm not sure if that's really for me. Although seriously, I really like the save the world thing of Fortnite. I think it's really cool to have a nice tower defense like that, where you can sort of specialize in the towers or just handle stuff yourself. I really like it. But it's not free, and it's quite expensive. And Fortnite multiplayer is kind of where it's at right now, so meh. How about a stream where we just throw a dart at a random game on Good Old Games and stream that? No plans, no allowed, all surprises. That's actually something my wife was talking about us doing at some point. When I have like my own office or something, I can do some really longer format streams. Probably just like relax with a bit of drink and just play some random fuck game. Because we've got a lot of games that we get from Twitch Prime. Or Twitch Prime? Amazon Prime? I don't know. Prime drops. Whatever it is. She's got like 20 or so free games. They're all garbage looking, but they were free. So why not just have a bit of booze and chug through them and check them out? It's a bit like walking into a record store and just picking a random album and being like, I'll buy this. And you listen to it and realize that it's hot trash. But sometimes you get lucky, and you never know. But that could be something. That'd be a down the road thing though, when I got my own space for doing longer format. And also when I have more of an audience that doesn't really care what I play, because right now I still need to work on growing and getting partnership and all that. So there's a little bit of pressure there where it's like, I'd like to be doing this kind of stuff, but kind of can. Before I end the game, fire you again, Pinter. Pinter? Fucking fired. Get out of here. Riven, are you? Blasta! He's out of here. He's out. Everybody, you're fired. Everybody, just get out of here. Just all of you. Can't. Everybody out. Shoot, the whole lot of you. Reads the paper. She sure is nice in here. Come on, Paguvin. There we go.